A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Thursday, January 18. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. We will fight this with every ounce of our being and make their application process a living hell. So said Senator James Skoufis last night as he asked the Cornwall Planning Board to stop the building of warehouses in the town of Cornwall. Skoufis, who lives in the town, was referring to Treetop Development's proposal to build 5 warehouses on nearly 200 acres along Route 9W in the town. Several hundred Cornwall residents cheered his remarks at a public hearing at Cornwall High School. Skoufis said the proposal would change the face of Cornwall. He said Treetop had failed to engage the Cornwall community leaders and residents regarding the plan. Assemblyman Chris Eakes said no family could have conceived that they'd be living next to a massive warehouse. He said that Route 9W has no easy access to Interstate 84 and the thruway for truck traffic. State Transportation Department officials and their consultants explained the process at 2 public sessions in the town of Wallkill yesterday. The environmental process has just begun, said DOT project manager Mark Crook.
We're just getting started with preliminary design. We're looking to do a notice of intent that goes to the Federal Highway Administration. That'll happen this spring. Then we go further into public involvement, developing alternatives, looking at the environmental considerations of all alternatives, and put that package together and have a draft environmental impact statement, hopefully by the end of 2025.
Not everyone supports the plan to add a 3rd lane from Woodbury to the Monticello area. Mike Edelstein is founder of Orange Environment, and he's concerned about impacts as related to climate change.
We have an extraordinary amount of wet weather, flooding that's occurring. How do we begin to increase resilience in the face of that flooding? How do we keep mobility going? How do we take and improve our secondary roads, which are extremely important to make sure that we have mobility aside from the Route 17 corridor?
Area residents spent time yesterday reviewing large displays of the work plan. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
A referendum vote scheduled for today that was set to determine the future of the proposed village of Atteries in Kiamisa Lake has been canceled following inaction by the State Assembly on a chapter amendment that would have allowed the vote to move forward. In December, Governor Hochul signed a bill that imposed more stringent standards on the formation of villages in the state. Principally, the bill raises minimum number of residents of a proposed new village from 500 to 2,000, a threshold that Atteries would fail to meet. Tenants and advocates rallied in Newburgh last evening to celebrate the city council's approval of rent stabilization. Advocate and Orange County legislator Genesis Ramos said there was more than one message in the evening.
To both celebrate the ETPA win, to emphasize and put focus on the need for further education and information to the community members who are impacted by ETPA, and to really support and uplift the launch of the statewide Housing Justice for All coalition.
The end goal of the tenants groups is to have rent stabilization approved on the state level. The Westchester County Department of Health has issued an alert that a fox that bit 2 Peekskill residents last Saturday tested positive for rabies. Both residents who were together during the incident are currently receiving preventative treatment for rabies. The health department is reminding residents that unusual behavior in any animal may be the first sign of rabies. A rabid animal may become abnormally aggressive or unusually tame. It may lose fear of people, become excited, irritable, or appear particularly passive and lethargic. Staggering and frothing at the mouth are also sometimes visible. Health officials say if you are bitten or scratched by a rabid animal, call your health department immediately. An economic impact study conducted by HR&A advisors found that Orange and Rockland Utilities contributes $1.9 billion annually to New York and New Jersey's economies. The utility also supports more than 3,400 jobs through direct employees and additional jobs that are generated through the company's economic activity. O&R President Robert Sanchez says the utility is building the grid of the future to provide New York and New Jersey customers with safe, reliable, clean energy. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.